I just woke up from a well needed nap. One of those days. I just wanted to come on here and bring some things to your attention. If you're feeling like your process for your goal is just really hard, and it's taking a toll on you, and you're lacking confidence because of the hard feeling of it. You're trying to build muscle, and you didn't anticipate it being this hard. You're trying to lower body fat, but you didn't think that it would feel like this hard. I just want to bring some light to that. So many people quit right before or in the beginning of the phase that's the most transformational and the most necessary for them to grow. Not because they're incapable, not because it's not possible to get through that part, but because they feel like it should feel easier. It's a shock to them. It's overwhelming to them. It shoots their confidence. And so they quit. But what you have to understand is that anytime you're trying to develop and grow as a person, because all exercise, all strength training is personal development, personal and spiritual development disguised as exercise and strength training. But difficult and hard is normal if you're trying to get better. It's normal. And you have to start looking at it that way, and you have to adopt the mentality that this isn't something that I should be trying to go around, go under, go over the top. It isn't something that I should be trying to outsmart, but rather it's a process that I need. Once you get to that space, that's where the journey begins to really formulate into changing you. If you go ask a person, why do you train so hard? How do you show up? How do you remain so consistent? Why do you show up when it's so hard and challenging? And that person might say, well, it allows me to be healthier. It allows me to feel better. All that means, and all they're saying, the translation of that is, it allows me to be better than I am. It's a process that, despite it being challenging and hard, it gives me an opportunity to develop and grow and become a better version of myself each and every time I go in. And can you think of a process in this world that's easy but translates to you being better from it? You can't. Nothing that's easy and doesn't pose a challenge to you is going to translate to your development, to your growth, to your self-improvement over time. There's no process that exists that does that. And so we need resistance. That's why it's called resistance training. That's why muscle has to be broken down first before it can grow. Sometimes feeling like you're being broken down is you actually being planted. Like there's a seed being planted so that you can sprout and grow. So when you start embracing that part of it, that mentality, and understanding that in order for me to get to that level, and when you get to that level, the reward for that level is the next level. But that comes later. But in order for me to get to that level, there's a hard, difficult process, which is normal, in place that's going to detoxify me, if you will. It's going to polish me. It's going to clean me. It's going to help me develop the character for the goal. We have to stop focusing so much on getting the goal and actually investing in becoming the person for the goal. It's kind of like when you get married. You don't just get married. You become the person to get married. Like most people want the wedding, but they don't want to become the person for the wedding. I know I'm kind of like being random here. I'm just trying to paint a picture for you though. Those are all goals, and people are too invested in getting the goal and not becoming the person character-wise to be able to handle the goal. And if God just handed you the goal and said, here you go, and just gave it to you, you wouldn't even know what to do with it because you didn't even go through a hard process to become the person that knows how to handle and manage it. This is why managers have to go through training first to become a manager. This is why some people, when they're about to have a baby, they go to classes, to know how to handle the actual process of the baby coming out. They want to be prepared. You're being prepared for the goal through the hard, difficult process so that you don't just get it. You want to keep it. You want to sustain it. Sustainability is connected to character. Character is connected to process. That process might just be difficult. And when you start thinking and when you start visually understanding, spiritually understanding that difficulty in this is normal, that's where your growth is going to really skyrocket because now you're not running from it. Now you have the power. You've just exchanged the power. Excuse me. Take your power back. Get in control of the situation. But it starts with this, how you think. It starts with your identity. Who are you in the situations that challenge you? Those are going to be the most telling and defining moments of your process. Don't quit. Don't run, because they are designed specially and specifically and uniquely for you because you spoke to what you want. God knows that. So he's saying, here you go. I'm not going to just hand it to you because I love you so much and I want you to keep it once you get it. Here's this hard process that I need you to go to. It's kind of like you filling out an application, but you got to get qualified first. And the only way you can get qualified is by going through that hard process. Don't quit. You're closer than you think you are.